Um, I did an investigation into a deeper, more general field of nines. This is the general field. 8765438767531. This is the general field, and so is this. If you can see that, that's the more general field. These are the same thing. These two are the same thing. Let's see, does it look better when it's off? This is the more general field of nines. Well, it starts. This is the first field, and this is the first field with just bare 8765431, and this is the first field, and within this field you arrive at the other fields, the deeper fields, by crisscrossing and adding the four numbers around to reduce it numerologically. This would be 8, this would be 6, 4. So from this general field, let me see if I can turn this around. From this general field, from 8, 7, and 7 and 5, you'd get 8. From 7, 6, 5, and 3, you'd get 6, and so on. From 7, 3, 5, and 6, you'd get 6. From 6, 1, 3, and 5 added together, you'd get 4. And then, so that this is the first field, the main field. This is the second field that you arrive at by adding the numbers together. And back here is the third field. The third field, when you add 8, 6, 6, and 9 together, you get 2, numerologically reduced. And the same goes for all these others. When you add those, all the four numbers together at their intersections, you arrive at this deeper field, the third field. Well, I went 9, I think 9 generations. This is again the main field, with the second field in here, is the intersections of the main field. And but I went some generations. The first generation. This is the first generation again. And then I went to the second generation, which is this one right here. 8, 6, 4, 2, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. And then I went to the third generation. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Then I went to the fourth generation. Then the fifth generation. Then the sixth generation. You can't see that too well. I sort of screwed up. The sixth generation. The seventh generation. The eighth generation. And finally, the ninth generation. And with all these generations, what I've discovered, first off, I'm interested in the intersections. I was calling these crosshairs or laced numbers, but the ones in the middle that when added together equal 9, these are leaping numbers. I call them leaping numbers because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the inverse of this. 5, 6, 7, 8. And for the first generation, you have leaping numbers that are at the crosshairs or the intersection. I guess I call it an intersection for the first generation. The second generation are all nines at the crosshairs or the intersection. The third generation is back to their sequential. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These two are inverse of each other. The fourth generation is back to nines again, except it's moved up some. So is this. These crosshairs or whatever has moved up some. That's the fourth generation. They're all nines. Then they oscillate back again to the fifth generation, where they're odd and even numbers, or even and odd. 5, 3, 1, and 9 is odd. 8, 6, 4, 2 is even. And these are the inverse to the odd, even, even, odd. In the sixth generation is nines again at the intersection. It oscillates back to the nines. It goes from the nines to the odd and even, even, odd. Sequential, leaping. This is the seventh generation, goes back to the numbers again. And then to the eighth generation. And as you can see, these intersections are moving up. Eighth generation, back to 9 again. And the final generation, what I've done so far, these can go on forever, I think, indefinitely. The ninth generation is sequential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 is not there. 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are sequential. What I've discovered through all these basically is that the multiples, these are the multiples, 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9, or 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6. These are all multiples of 9. They never occur in the crosshairs or the intersection. They start out at the basic, that's the first generation. You have the leaping numbers. Then they go to the nines. Then you have the sequential numbers. Then they go back to the nines. Then at the fifth generation, you have odd and even and odd numbers. They're inverses that lace together to create nines. Then you go back to the oscillated nines. Then you go to the leaping numbers again. And then it oscillates back to the nines. And then for the ninth generation, they go back to the sequential order again. So they entirely skip these multiples of 9. So I think I've discovered that the multiples of 9 never occur in the crosshairs or the intersections. You could just say that because they are multiples of 9, they never occur. I'd like to find a deeper reason for the reason why the multiples. There's 4 different types of number sequences. There's a sequential and its inverse sequential, the leaping numbers and their inverse leaping numbers, the odd even and the even and odd inverses, and the even and the inverse of 6, 3, and 9, which is 3, 6, and 9. But 3, 6, and 9 and 6, 3, and 9 never occur at the crosshairs or intersections. So thanks a lot. Bye.